They was like, Priest Da Nomad. Who the hell is Priest Da Nomad?
Who is Priest?
Priest Da Nomad is a force.
Priest is an architect here.
In my opinion, Priest Da Nomad is gotta be one of the dopest underground hip-hop artists coming out of this area.
Hip-hop fanatic, you know, that's my guy.
He's a presence, you know what I mean? And then he's gonna make sure he lets you know that he's a spitter, you know what I mean? He's an MC.
Priest Da Nomad is one of the most gifted MCs I ever had the chance to meet and, you know, just be in conversation and friendship with.
Because he's so DC, but he's a B-boy. And it just spoke to me.
Yeah, because you know, Steven Spielberg and Quincy Jones produced that Millennium Celebration on a National Mall 2000, you know what I'm saying? Dude's like, man, how you walk out on Quincy Jones, man? You know, is that Quincy Jones, Slim? You tripping.
My best bud, Chadwick Boseman, we wrote a play together called Rhyme Deferred. And Priest was one of the first MCs that was a part of that production. And he was like, yeah, that sounds cool, I'll do it. Me and Chad were like, oh shit, we got Priest Da Nomad. I mean, it was like, you know.
Man, I gotta understand, this is the nation's capital, Slim. I mean, you know, this DC, man, go-go is king here. Hip-hop, we was the weirdos, for real.
If you wanted the city to hear you, you wanted to be known in the city, you had to jump up there with a band.
Dominant sound is go-go music. That already, you know, put, you know, the hip-hop scene at a disadvantage.
Well, I first moved here to DC in 1999. Was quickly introduced to U Street and the magic.
U Street. U Street, man. I mean, the whole U Street corridor in Northwest DC is historic, man. It's everything.
DC hip-hop is responsible for the revitalization of U Street.
I mean, the Freestyle Union ciphers definitely helped spark the whole resurgence of U Street.
We actually made U Street cool and safe for the white folks to come back.
DC, I've always known that the drug game affected our music game.
I mean, a lot of New York dudes was coming down to DC to hustle, man. You know what I'm saying? And there was a lot of problems with that. Dudes started getting murdered and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So hip-hop at that time was viewed as something New York. You know what I'm saying? So if you was doing hip-hop, it was all, man, you doing that Bama-ass New York shit. Like, you know, it was no love for that. Us being the nation's capital, DC has always been special in that sense because we're not a state. That politics bleeds down into every aspect of living here.
Priest being who he is, the world, and especially the DC culture, and especially freestyling, and especially hip-hop in that area would be different if he didn't stand in his truth.
I mean, my name is Priest Da Nomad because, you know, I was made to feel like I was an outsider in this city, go-go, doing hip-hop, man. I was the outsider. I was the weirdo.